So proposed changes to ADHD, we looked at the age criteria because a lot of people, if you ask them prior to the age of 7, what were their ADHD symptoms like? It's difficult for a lot of adults to answer that. It's difficult enough for them to function, day to day, remembering where their keys are, remembering to pick up their kids from school at a different time, all that stuff. So when you ask about what happened prior to the age of 7, it can be really difficult for them to remember that, much less meet 6 out of 9 criteria. So the proposed changes to that are if you're 17 years of age or older, you may only need to meet 4 symptoms of the hyperactive impulsive type or the inattentive type. Because again, when you ask people prior to the age of 7, which is what the DSM criteria is now, it's really difficult for them to remember. And if you ask people prior to the age of 17, I think it's up in the 90% how much people can remember. Because once you get into that teenage area of life, high school is kind of survival of the fittest socially. So as you get older with ADHD, you have more of a separation from mainstream behavior. So it does become glaringly apparent sometimes to the teenagers, that their behavior is different than their peers. And so usually if you ask people about their symptoms prior to the age of 17, they will vividly remember some social missteps and miscues. So again, the age, go ahead, Ari.
Well, I was just going to say that that criteria that the symptoms had to be present 7 is completely arbitrary. Like there's no science behind it. And I think it's actually ADHD is the only diagnosis that has that kind of a cutoff. And it's one of those things where if someone has ADHD, it's by definition a lifelong condition. So it will indeed have been present before age 7. I mean, that is true. But being able to document it is a whole nother thing.